Welcome back to the Cardinal Report. This week's correspondent is sophomore Jackie Errico, who will take us inside the Cardinal Corner.
Hi, I'm Jackie Errico on the women's basketball team at North Central College, and I'm a sophomore, and I play guard forward. And I'm going to introduce you to some of the girls on our team. I have with me Brianne Para. She just scored her 1,000th point a few games ago. So what did it feel like?
It was exciting. I actually didn't know I was up for 1,000 points till I think maybe the game before it, but I was glad, and we got to win that game. So it was.
How do you think the rest of this season is going to go for us?
Hopefully we'll be making the playoffs. We have 3 more games left, and if we get victories on 2 out of the 3, we have a good chance to make the playoffs.
Hi, I'm back with Megan McGuire, who is a sophomore on the basketball team, and she plays post player. She's actually my roommate. What would you say is the best part of being Jackie Errico's roommate?
I can think of some negatives, Jackie. But the best part is the fact that we get to vent to each other about everything. And let me tell you, all you guys sitting over here, that we vent a lot about them. So, just joking.
What would you say is your favorite part of practice?
Again, something that's not my favorite would be 68 layups in the 14s afterwards. But I like scrimmaging a lot and just beating each other up basically all practice and actually getting to do game scenarios.
All right, now here with me is Amy Kren, who is also a part-time rapper.
And a full-time basketball player.
She's a sophomore on the team, and she plays guard. So can we hear one of your raps, please?
Oh, sure, I think I can do that. Should I take the mic?
Oh, yeah, go for it. It's all you.
All right. This is about my friend named Jose Morales. Jose Morales lost a lot of dollars. That's why he don't gamble no more. For sure. Jose Morales is po. But Jose Morales just won some dollars, and now he's gonna get some hollers from a Mexican. Not a Mexican, a Mexican. And that's it.
Good job, Aim. That was pretty good. That's just part of what she can do. Thanks for sitting here with us while I introduce you to some of the girls on the team. And you can come out and watch us play on February 24th for our final and last home game, which is senior night against Milliken.
We welcome on North Central College Sports Information Director Clark Teuscher for a brief timeout. Clark, the Cardinals erased a double-digit second-half deficit to beat the 20th-ranked Augustana College Vikings 65-62 last Saturday. Big W for the Cardinals.
It shows you how much can happen in a week. Last week we were sitting here talking about whether they were going to make the conference tournament or not. If they win both their games this week, they could host the thing at Gregory Arena next weekend.
Yeah, up next, they take on Elmhurst, and then you're going to travel to Wheaton. We've already beat Wheaton once this year. Elmhurst, that was a tougher game, beat the Cardinals 66-72.
Well, that was a very close game. It came down to just a few key plays at the end of the game. I believe the game was tied with a minute and a half or 2 minutes to go. And having seen how much better the North Central team plays at home this season, I think it would play into their favor as far as what's going to happen Wednesday night.
Yeah, Wednesday night, taking on Elmhurst at home. Is there a lot of build-up for this game? Do you think it's going to be maybe the biggest crowd of the year?
Well, it certainly would seem so. Last couple of games, the attendance has been up quite a bit. And it's also senior night, so there's going to be a few more family members, we would think, in attendance. So the atmosphere it should be pretty favorable for the guys tonight.
And just kind of talk about the atmosphere, maybe on the practice court, just the kind of aura around the men's basketball team. Do you kind of get a sense right now that maybe they're playing their best ball this season?
Well, you certainly hope that it turns out that way. You see these guys in practice day in and day out. They're just kind of taking care of business, and that's how they've approached the entire season. They've got some pretty high goals for themselves, most of them being seniors. So they aren't losing sight of those long-term things that they have in front of them. They're still just kind of taking care of business at this point.
Another team taking care of business is the wrestling program. They won 7 out of 10 weight classes at last Saturday's CCIW tournament at Wheaton. That's pretty impressive. Coach Kevin Bratland was voted the CCIW Coach of the Year. He's got 31 kids on his roster. That's quite an increase from when he first took over the program.
Yeah, and I think it definitely helps in terms of competition within weight classes, giving guys plenty of options as far as who they're going to train with during practice sessions. I think it's definitely helped the program as a whole. including those top guys, to have that many guys in the program.
Do you kind of see it, walking around Gregory Arena or the Warner Fieldhouse? Do you kind of see the kids, they show a lot of respect towards Bradlin?
Absolutely. It didn't take long to figure out he knew what he was doing. He came from, a standout program, Division III in Wartburg College out in Iowa. So, I mean, he had a pretty extensive list of credentials before he ever got here.
And then, last Saturday at Wheaton, the number 4th ranked wrestler in the 184 weight class in the country is Gabe Ewell. He won his 3rd consecutive conference title.
Yeah, he had the loss the week before to the wrestler from Wheaton, and you don't win 35 straight matches at the start of the season because you like getting beat. Gabe sat in here last week, and he kind of played it off, but he wasn't happy about that. So I'm sure he was glad to get some revenge there.
Yeah, he lost to Toby Bolts from Wheaton last week, and then turned around and beat Bolts last Saturday 4-1. His brother Ben Ewell, of all the wrestlers at North Central College, he's ranked the highest in the country at number 2 in his weight class. He earned his 2nd CCIW crown.
Yeah, he won in 2007 as a sophomore, and then he lost last year. So I know he was glad to get back on the top of the medal stand there for the CCIW going into the regional meet, where he's going to be the top seed in the region. And he already owns a victory over the number 1 ranked wrestler in the country, so I'm sure he's just as anxious to get to the postseason as anybody right now.
And then the 3rd ranked wrestler in the country is Jason Fitzenrider, and he won at the 149 weight pound class. He beat Elmhurst Charlie Curran 3-2.
Yeah, Jason was the 2nd in they won all 7 of those weight classes right in a row there at the end at Wheaton. So he's been one of those guys that's been able to really kind of get them rolling as they get into the middle weights where they're very strong. And
one guy to really keep an eye on is Joe Norton. Joe lost his first match on Saturday, I believe. He never even got to take on Elmhurst Jake Oyster. He's got a tough road ahead of him in regionals.
Yeah, the region is very tough in that 125-pound weight class. Joe lost 6-4 to the wrestler from Augustana. He lost a very close decision to the same guy, in a dual competition earlier in the season. So while he's certainly made some strides, I mean, he's up against some very stiff competition, and sometimes there's just not a lot you can do about that.
Well, Clark, thanks for all your help. And tune in next week as we take a look at the Cardinals as they compete at the CCIW Swim and Dive Championships. NCTV 17 is always keeping you connected with your area's sports scene. I'm Jeff Mahoney. See you next time on your community television leader, Channel 17. Go Cardinals.